Hi, I'm Chef Zoe with DHWI. Today I will be presenting Sherri Shepherd's kale recipe. An amazing recipe that got her so excited, and I want to get you excited as well. So we're gonna have this star ingredient, kale, which is high in fiber, low carb, it's gonna be low in calories. We're gonna incorporate with very nice components that is gonna really bring up the flavor of the kale. So now the first step for this recipe, we're gonna go ahead and cut some veggies. We're gonna start with the bell pepper. Now bell pepper is gonna add some sweetness to the recipe, and this recipe is gonna be full of color and flavors, vitamins, and it's gonna be really, really healthy. Now next, we're gonna go ahead and chop our mushrooms, which they're clean. So the mushrooms are gonna add like a protein flavor in there. It's almost like you're using maybe some type of meat, and they're gonna be delicious as well with this combination of veggies. And our last ingredient is gonna be red onions. So onions are gonna add that really nice crispy texture as well as some sweetness to the recipe. I love onions, so I think I'm gonna put a lot of onions on this recipe. And now we're gonna go ahead and saute our veggies with a little bit of olive oil. So I have some extra virgin olive oil here. And you don't wanna overcook the veggies. You wanna also have some crispiness in there. So we're gonna saute our peppers. The peppers are gonna give us that really nice and sweet flavor as well as the onions. Now we're just gonna go ahead and slightly move our veggies because next we're gonna go ahead and work on our kale. So we're gonna let this saute for probably about 5 minutes while we work on our kale. I have my kale here, which is clean and dry. And for this recipe, we probably need about maybe 10 leaves of the kale. So you wanna cut just like a little bit. You don't wanna go really crazy. And just incorporating fresh ingredients to the kale is just amazing for your health. And now let's add the kale. Now remember that this is a diabetes friendly recipe, and see how beautiful the colors look. The flavors are gonna come from an orange lemon vinegar, and it's gonna take this recipe to the next level. So let's go ahead and get started with a little bit of apple cider vinegar, juice of 1 lemon. We're gonna use orange as well. I'm gonna add some fresh garlic. We have some fresh basil, maybe a pinch of salt, some black pepper, and our last ingredient, which is the extra virgin olive oil. And now let's bring it all together. So we have our sauté kale with our peppers, onions, and mushrooms. I would recommend salmon. Salmon is a great option to go with this. So we're gonna finalize it by just putting all of our kale right on top of the salmon. And now we have our vinaigrette that it's gonna be kind of like the dressing, and it's gonna bring up all the flavors. It's gonna add some freshness in here. This is the kale recipe that Sherri Shepherd fell in love with, and I know you're gonna fall in love with it too.